Am I live? I am. Hi. Hi. Here I am sitting at my kitchen table. Be great if anybody wants to join me live. Um, okay. I just wanted to get on here this morning. This is my second morning back after my trip to New Jersey, to the New Jersey meetup with Lisa Wiedemann on Saturday. I had a great time. Got to walk on the beach a lot. Got to meet a lot of carnivore friends. I'd like this to be a little bit higher up. That's better. So I learned something really important on this trip. So I wanted to just share that with you, and then a couple of other observations that I had while traveling. So at home, I had been eating all beef, salt, and water, so a lion diet. But I have been including a lot of beef fat. And the reason I include so much fat is because it's really good for your brain and your metabolism. So at home, I was eating mostly burger with some beef fat trimmings that I cook up in the air fryer, and they're crispy and delicious, but they still have a lot of fat in them. So on the trip, I was like, well, how am I going to do the beef fat trimmings? I don't see how that's going to work, so I'll just eat ground beef. I'll just eat burgers. So for the first maybe 3 days of my trip, I ate only burgers with no extra fat. And I realized that I kept forgetting stuff. And the woman that I was rooming with, we shared a VRBO, and we had a great time together, but I kept forgetting stuff. I would look in my purse and I was like, I don't remember what I was looking for. Or I would start to say something and then I couldn't remember what I was going to say. And it was just like I kept forgetting. And then I realized it was because I hadn't been eating fat. And so I started, we went to a butcher that was local and asked to buy some beef fat. I bought some beef fat. I fried it up in the frying pan along with my burger, and I immediately felt better. And after another meal of beef fat and burger, I felt great. I didn't forget anything anymore for the whole trip. It was amazing. So I learned a big lesson is that fat helps your memory, especially animal fat helps your memory. So that was cool. I keep seeing this notice on the screen, and I don't know if that means anything, but is anybody joining me? I have 2 people joining. Anybody can ask questions. I'm not sure where they go, but I think they come up here. So here we go. So I wanted to go over a couple of other things. If you follow me, you probably know that I walk a lot. And while you're traveling, it's really a good activity. You're not doing much else except traveling and sightseeing and looking around. So walking is perfect. We got about 10 miles every day that we walked. We got to walk on the beach. It was awesome. And then I learned at home about walking is if you walk for all your errands. I just walked to the bank and back because I took Jasper to the groomer and I have to be able to pay him. So I walked to the bank. It's about a half a mile there and a half a mile back. So that adds a mile to my daily walking. Later on, I'm going to walk to the jewelry store to get a new watch battery because on my trip, my battery conked out. So I need a new battery. And that's about 1.5 miles there, so I'll walk there and back, and that'll be another 3 miles. And a lot of people say they don't have time to walk because they also have a job, but maybe if your phone is in your back pocket, you might be walking more than you realize you are. You have what's on the iPhone has an activity tracker, and it's always tracking your steps and your miles. So you might be walking more than you even realize you are. But I have a walking pad too. So if it's dark or cold or rainy, I can get miles on my walking pad. Plus it has a stand-up desk. So if I want to be able to do stuff while I'm walking, I can do stuff on the desk. I also hold on just to make sure I don't. Okay, I guess it's back on. Let's see what else. Oh, this is kind of funny, but carnivores love to talk about poop, right? I don't know why, but it's an issue. While I was on my trip, and it was a 6-day trip. Well, it was 7 days. It was Tuesday through Monday. I got back on Monday night, so that's a week. I didn't poop the whole time, but I never felt uncomfortable, and I figured it was all okay. And then yesterday I had time to relax and take my time, and I had added fat back into my diet, so I was able to have a nice big poop yesterday. It was no problem. So no problem either way. If you're traveling a lot, make sure you get enough water during the day, and make sure you're getting enough fat if you're a carnivore, because without the fiber of vegetables, fiber by itself is damaging to your intestines. I actually learned that when I was in college. Oh, okay. Cyber Goose says would be awesome to see your walking pad sometime. That'd be great. I could actually walk into the other room, maybe. I don't know if that would show up, but I do post about it sometimes, but I'll do that in a post soon. I got it off of Amazon. On Amazon, I have a storefront, and you can just go to my name and my storefront on Amazon, and it'll be on my list of products that I like. But I can also show it to you at another time. So I learned about fiber being damaging way back when I was in college in about probably 1973. I went to college between 1972 and 1976. And so sometime during that time, I had a professor of biology, and he said that all this, like eating bran muffins and eating extra fiber and all that, what it actually does is it's sharp, and it cuts off the villi of your intestines, and it actually damages your intestines. So I learned that a long time ago. I certainly didn't stop eating fiber back then because I didn't understand the whole biology of it, but I certainly do as a carnivore. Awesome. So, if you want to poop more often because you feel comfortable pooping every day or every other day, carnivores don't poop as much. But I have learned that if I want to poop more, I just feel like I want to empty out. I eat a whole lot of fat at one time, and within a couple of hours, I'm ready to sit on the toilet. And it's also important to relax. When you sit on the toilet, to relax your intestines, take a few deep breaths, and you'll be pooping before you know it. That's all it takes. A little relaxation and a little fat. Okay. So for me as carnivore, I can't eat cheese. It constipates me. But no cheese and plenty of fat, and I'm fine. Yes, cheese is very constipating. I've found that too. And although I love dairy products, I love butter the best. I'm not eating it right now because I'm doing the lion diet for further healing. But I love cheese. It's great, except that it is very constipating. And not only constipating, but it's also a way your body keeps weight on. So if you're trying to lose weight on a carnivore diet, it's really best to eliminate at least cheese, but maybe all dairy, because it can really throw you into a stall. I did not, I'm not sure why it keeps going out. So I weigh about 112 now. I'm 5'7", 5'7" and a half ish, and I don't weigh a lot, but I've always been thin, and 112 to 115 is like my normal adult weight, and pretty much always has been. Okay, awesome. Another thing I wanted to cover about the trip is that I did do my exercises a few times during the trip, not every single day, and I haven't even done them yet this morning. What I usually do for exercise, besides my walking, which averages about 7 to 10 miles of walking a day, the exercises are usually air squats, push-ups, and a variation on sit-ups. I bring the knees in when I do a sit-up. That I don't know what it's called. I've never figured out. I know it's an exercise, don't know what it's called, but it's just a sit-up, and you bring your knees up and go back down. So I do that 25 times, all three exercises, 25 times in the morning. And then if I have the time, I will do it before lunch and before supper and before bed, which makes 100 per day. But I don't always do 100 per day. I almost, about 95% of the time, I do 25, at least 25, and then, probably another 25 during the day, and I might go all the way to 100. I used to be very serious and I never missed. Like, I had a push-up challenge that I was doing 100 a day. And I'm not talking, sometimes I do full push-ups, sometimes I do knee push-ups. It's hard for women to get all the way down on a full push-up. So if you want your back muscles to show that you've been working out, I think that the knee push-ups actually work better because you get down farther. But I'll do either one, whatever I feel up to. And if I feel extra energetic, I'll do full push-ups. But I still don't get all the way down on the full push-ups. So I do like a mixture of them. And that works pretty good for me. But what I was going to say is, I think it's okay to miss your exercises when you're on a vacation. You give your body a chance to catch up and heal and rest. And that's what vacations are all about. I'm not sure this was actually a vacation. It was kind of, a vacation with purpose. When you go to a meetup, you want to meet all your carnivore friends, and I met quite a few. It was awesome. And I had a really good time, but it was also at the Jersey Shore. So we got to walk on the beach, which for me is awesome and amazing. I absolutely love walking on the beach. I miss living close to a beach. I used to live closer to a beach and I could walk whenever I wanted to. And I guess I might have taken that for granted, but I don't live by a beach now. Close enough. I can drive an hour and get to a really beautiful beach, so that's not bad. And let's see. How long was your trip? My trip was, it was a week. So it was from Tuesday to Monday, through Monday. So it was 7 days. And I probably did my exercises about 4 days of the 7. I might have done them every day. I don't even remember. But when I came back the next morning, I weighed. So I have a Vivitar scale. That's on my Amazon storefront too. And my Vivitar scale, my weight was exactly the same, and my body fat percentage was exactly the same. I'm not unable to weigh. Weight was still, I think it was 111.4, and my body fat was 14.7%. And I don't know how, the Vivitar scale is supposed to be fairly accurate compared to compared to a DEXA scan or some of the more expensive scales. And it is not. It's like 20-something dollars, the Vivitar scale. So it's on my Amazon storefront too. So I wonder if anybody else has any more questions. This is really what I just wanted to get on to talk about. Walking and fat for memory. Animal fat for memory. Don't forget about eating plenty of fat. If you're going to go carnivore, you need to eat your fat along with your protein. And don't skimp, because one, it's not going to put weight on you, and two, you need it for your brain power. Very important. So I'll go ahead and post this. I'm happy that you joined me this morning, and I will see you again soon. I might start doing these lives a little more often because I think it's a lot of fun. So, all righty. Bye, everybody. Now, how do we end this? How do I end this? I don't know. Let's see. What's it say? How to end? Share.